This concern that we're reflecting on the programme this morning that the future of the UK's prosperity is at risk because not enough of us are learning foreign languages, not just foreign languages but key foreign languages. This has come from an organisation called the British Council, which promotes the UK abroad, and they're very interested in trade links and whatever. We're going to school now, to nursery school, and I'm going to speak now to Philippe Fraser. He is the founder of an English-French bilingual nursery in Islington in North London. Bonjour, monsieur. Comment allez-vous?
Hello there.
Whatever.
Très bien, merci, et vous?
Oh, la-di-da. Excellent. What do children learn at your nursery, and what sort of age group are we talking about here?
So right here in Islington, we start at age 2. Some of our other nurseries start at age 1, and we teach them English and French throughout the day. So we'll do the normal activities, but they'll be doing it in French or in English and just soaking up the new language from the very youngest ages.
You see, now you've set me back here because your first name is Philippe, not Philip. Philippe. So I'm expecting a Frenchman at the end here. So what's your history?
Well, that's right. My first name is French because my mum's French. My dad is English, so I was very lucky to be brought up bilingually. I spoke English and French every day at home. And I was always aware that it was a real benefit to be able to have those languages from such an early age that I picked them up at home without even knowing I was learning a foreign language.
And is that the best way?
It certainly set me well.
Yeah, and would you think, Philippe, that is the best way to do it? I mean, does it get more difficult the older that you do get?
That's absolutely right. We know there's this amazing window of opportunity that children will just absorb and soak up a new language when they're young. And that allows children to learn language when they're young, but also opens up their minds. It broadens their perspectives on life. And if they want to learn a new language later, then they can pick up a third or fourth or fifth language later in life easily, because they're used to knowing they can speak languages easily when they're young.
Well, Philippe, you've got that amazing insight coming from parents of different nationalities there. Do you think we are bad in Britain at learning languages? Is there a resistance, or is there a reliance on English just being the language of the world, the international language?
I think you're absolutely right. We're lucky to speak English here. It's our native language. It's the world language of commerce and trade. But it's a shame because we could build on that. I think a lot of English people miss out on the opportunity to really experience a foreign culture in a deep and rich way that they're able to if they can speak that culture's language. I think we sort of rest on our laurels, as you were saying, because we've got English, it's the useful language, but we're missing out on so much more. And if we were to build on that, especially, London's such an international city, the UK is internationally minded. If we could add language skills to what we've already got, we could do so much better. It seems that there's this opportunity, there's a whole big world out there, and we're really only scratching the surface by experiencing it only in English. It's a real shame.
That's what the British Council are talking about, those bigger opportunities as well. I mean, the French that you're speaking, that you can speak, beautiful language, absolutely beautiful tongue. But is it as relevant today? We're talking about those future languages, the Mandarin, the Russian, the Arabic that they're talking about that we should be learning?
I'd agree with all of that. I think French is a very useful language, but there are lots of other languages as well. I think in the UK we're so bad at languages, it almost doesn't matter which languages we learn. There are, I think the British Council said there are top 10 languages that we should be aiming for. Any of those would be useful because we've got such a low starting point. But also the advantage of speaking any foreign language are rich, because if you speak a foreign language, then it helps your abstract thinking, it helps your lateral thinking. It'll give you a new perspective on the world and on yourself. So you learn a lot of life skills by speaking a foreign language and seeing the world from a different perspective.
Well,
if we were to really improve that, we'd do well.
That sounds marvellous, and I'm sure it would sound even more marvellous in French if you said all of that. But that's very good. We get the sentiment of that. Au revoir, mon ami. We'll leave it there.
Au revoir, merci.
Thank you, merci.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. What are you laughing at?
It's you are like Delboy when he's like on the phone, mange tu.
Oh yeah, cantona, yeah.
La-di-da is not a French word, you know that.
La-di-da, and I think you'll find it is.
Maybe. No, a lot of people getting in touch about this. Listen, Sirenita says her 15-year-old daughter seeks fluent Spanish and English, learns French and Latin, next year Greek, a Spanish education, she says. So maybe
ancient
making
Greek.
the point.
I have an O-level in ancient Greek.
Well, that's useless.
That's
the thing
true.
Is, you know, the point to it all is, if you learn a lot of languages, there are so many more jobs available to you, you know, that if you speak more languages, that wouldn't be
Yes.
available if you didn't speak
And
them.
also, I think it's polite if you're going to a country on holiday, even for example, just to learn a few phrases, to be able to at least look like you're making an
True.
effort rather than
I think
shouting
people
in
should
English.
maybe just learn to do their own language better first of all. Maybe we get somewhere with that.